I'm back home. I had to bring my family home. They're waiting in the car, so I had to make a quick live stream before. This one's not going to be too much longer, but I'll just finish my points. You know, the V for Victory project could actually happen right now. If, like, all the AMC apes that were once in our movement, I think at one point it was something like almost 10 million AMC apes worldwide. If they literally all came to the live stream and they all, like, just like Back to the Future, consistently gave super chats in all the live streams, this thing can happen very quickly. Very. I understand what all of you are thinking. You're like, but Ape Father, this super chat money we're giving you, it's not an investment. It isn't. It's not a donation. It isn't. So it's like we're literally giving you money. So I think this is what's happening and what's holding everybody back is they think like, there's nothing in it for them. There's no benefit. They're giving me all the money. They don't understand that there's a process involved. Okay. It's called, ready, making a mark. You understand? See, whenever there's a new venture of anything, there always has to be one man or one woman. Okay. I don't want to be sexist. There has to be one person who makes the mark, who sets, like, it's like when Neil Armstrong example. When he was the first man who set foot on the moon, put the American flag down, on the moon. There always has to be a first. You see what I'm saying? And I want to be that first. I want to be that first ape who goes to Las Vegas or Atlantic City or wherever the first location will be, starts the first project, the first casino project. And then from there, it's like I said to all of you, I will hire a securities firm. I will put together some sort of an offering that will be approved first. It has to be approved by the SEC. And then all of us could get together as an ape family, as one united movement in project number 2 and project number 3. What's up, Angie? I love you too, Angie. I will always love you. Angie with the golden hands. The thing is that there has to be a first. You understand? There has to be a first. And I think that's the hardest thing that, it's not true. People do care. See, you want to know what is Detective Pikachu is that if this thing became a big success, it could be the turning point for all of us. That's what you don't understand. It's like you're so close-minded. You're a scam. When you were born, you were a scam because I'm your father, mother effer. That's right. We have to be reunited. Reunited, and it feels so good. Reunited, and it's understood when a father goes to Las Vegas. I'm going to be the first ape to start the V for Victory. V for Victory project. It feels so good. Here we go. All right, well then I'll change it. I'll call it Apefather, King of the Apes. Detective Pikachu, listen to me, brother. You would have to trademark a million variations. You understand? You would have to trademark a million variations to beat me, and I don't think you're going to do it. I'm just saying that you would have to trademark a million variations. This is exactly what's going to happen. When I'm ready to do the casino project, and I tell you what I'm going to do, I'm going to call up or whatever it is, I'll go online or hire a firm to tell me what is available in terms of trademarks, okay, names. Now, if everything you're saying is true, and Apefather, King of the Jungle is not available, or Apefather is not available, I will come up with a variation. That's all I'm going to do. Yeah, I'm not going to even tell. It could be a million variations, okay? And then the only way you're going to beat me is you would have to be willing. Are you ready to trademark 1 million to 2 million variations? I don't think you're going to do that, okay? You never bought a friggin' shirt for me, brother. You never bought a shirt for me. Crazy psychopath. You know what it is with you haters is that you try so hard to beat me, but you can't. And it must be very frustrating. It must be very, very frustrating that you can't beat me. Well, I don't give refunds if you bought a t-shirt, brother. It's called non-refundable. That's it. Non-refundable. No, I remember Two Train. Two Train. I remember specifically. That was his name. His name was Two Train. Was the first ape to buy my T-shirt. Two Train. If that's who you are, Two Train. I remember specifically the first ape that bought my Apefather T-shirt was Two Train. Anyway, what you all don't understand is this, all right? And I hate to say the same things over and over again. But what you don't understand is that if all of you would just not procrastinate, you see, like Angie, she's the best. Angie doesn't procrastinate. She supported me. Back to the Future doesn't procrastinate. He supports me. If you would just support me, right, and get this thing done, it would be done. And then it's like the doors would open. The doors of opportunity would open for all of us into a whole new industry, a whole new world where no corruption exists. No more Ken Griffin to deal with. No more Gary Gensler or Adam and Ron. No more, man. It's like we don't have to deal with. It's like you want to know, like back in like the good old days, like the 70s and the 80s, when John Gotti was, when he took over the Gambino family in the 80s, it's like it was like they were kings. Okay. Now, I'm not comparing myself to gangsters. I'm not doing that, but I'm just trying to make a point. Everybody like had to deal with them. They control, like even Trump, you understand? Like in order for Trump to get concrete to build Trump Tower, he had to deal with the Gambino family. They ran everything, man. They ran everything. See, I'm just trying to make a point. That's the position that you want to be in life. You want to be in a position, right? And it doesn't have to just stop at the casino industry. Like we could build an empire, but you want to be in a position where you're the boss of bosses. You call the shots. See, what you people don't understand, right, is every time you make a trade on Robinhood or whatever payment for order flow platform you're dealing with, Webull, you're sheep. You're sheep. And sheep get slaughtered. You just don't understand that. It's like all you're doing, right, is making Ken Griffin more powerful and more richer with every single trade that you do. Every time you buy stock on a payment for order flow platform that he controls, every time you sell stock, he's making more and more money. You're making him more powerful. And at the end of the day, he controls it all. He controls the buy orders. It goes into the dark pools. He controls everything. You're just a controlled friggin' puppet. You're Angie's cousin. But you see, I'm trying to make you all understand. And unfortunately, in the cryptocurrency industry, it's really the same exact thing. It's the cryptocurrency industry is controlled by billionaires. Like I said, I don't want to keep repeating this. It must be redundant. It must get boring, but it's like, there's some guy right now, you understand? We just pretend that he's from China. It could be any country, okay? But I like to picture like Jack Ma, you know? I like to picture him, right? And he's sitting down, just as an example. I'm not saying it's really him. I'm saying for entertainment purposes only. And he's sitting in his office. He's got his feet up, and he's smoking a Cuban cigar, drinking Johnny Walker Blue, and he decides, I'm going to buy $10 million worth of Bitcoin. And then all of a sudden you see Bitcoin shoot up to like 80,000, right? And then it starts a buying frenzy. It starts like FOMO, like everybody starts buying Bitcoin. And then all the other cryptocurrencies, they all follow the king. They follow Bitcoin. And then at some point, Bitcoin goes to 100,000, and that big Chinese whale, I just said Jack Ma for entertainment purposes only. I'm not saying it's really him. It's just entertainment purposes only. Pulls out all of his money. He turns $10 billion into $30 billion, and he just unloads. And Bitcoin just dumps from 100,000 to like 10,000, like this. Just like a snap of a finger. You understand? What's up, Benjamin Frazier? How you doing, brother? So I'm trying to make you understand, this is what you're dealing with right now in the cryptocurrency industry. And we all saw what we're dealing with in the stock market. It's friggin' corrupt. It's rigged. It's like you're puppets. You're puppets, man. And instead of you wisening up, it's like you all do the same effing things. It's pathetic, man. It's so pathetic and sad. I'm giving you an opportunity where we could change that. You know, I'm giving you an opportunity where we could be the boss of bosses, where we are in control. You understand? We're the puppet masters. You understand? And I've been really thinking about this for a long time. I know you guys think that I came up with this idea like this, right? No, I've been thinking about this for a long time. I always wanted to enter real estate my whole life. I love real estate, but I say to myself, one casino, one casino could outproduce 100 hotels. See, this is what I'm trying to make you understand. One casino could outproduce 100 hotels. Okay. So I say to myself, what's the point in getting involved in a foreclosure? Or what's the point in getting involved in any type of flip or rental? Rental, you're making bullshit money. Bullshit money. What's the point in getting involved in a hotel when one casino? Now, I'm not just saying real property, but I'm saying online casino, sports betting. I'm saying everything connected to it could outproduce 100 hotels. And that's what I'm trying to make all of you understand. That's where the gravy is, baby. That's where the cheese is, mother effers. I'm not begging. I'm just stating facts. Angie's, AMP, come get your table showers. Absolutely. Listen, brother, we get it. Casinos make money. But what you don't get is that you're all bag holding. This is what you don't get, Sancho. Okay? You're all bag holding. You're all making Ken Griffin richer every day. Every time you make a trade on Webull, every time you make a trade on Robinhood, you're making. Ken Griffin loves you. Oh, he loves you. This guy's buying the biggest. He's in the process of building the biggest skyscraper in New York. He's in the process of building the biggest skyscraper in Miami. The freaking guy loves you, man. That's what you don't understand, Sancho. I understand casinos make money, right? But what you don't understand is that you're not acting upon this. And what you're doing is the same exact thing that made retail lose $350 billion in 2022, and which made Citadel $16 billion, where the SEC only fined them $7 million. I mean, what a joke. What's up, hon? Yeah. I love you. So the thing that you don't understand, right, Sancho, is that everyone is virtually doing the same exact thing that they did before that cost retail $350 billion. It's like no one has learned from their mistake. Then you get this idiot Lou, okay, like here, let me imitate him with the bald head, who's making everybody false promises that, you put $100 in XRP and you're going to become a multi-millionaire. And people believe this shit. People believe this shit, Sancho. They believe it. They're like, look, all I have to do is put $100 in XRP and wait, and I'm a multi-millionaire. But what they're going to notice is that like a decade is going to go by, nothing's going to change. 2 decades is going to go by, nothing's going to change. 3 decades is going to go by, nothing's going to change. 4 decades, probably like a century is going to go by, like an entire lifetime, and nothing's going to change. So at some point, you have to make the change, Santo. That's what you're not understanding. And I'm telling you, it's just simple arithmetic to me. It's simple arithmetic. Every single day, casinos are winning. That's the thing. It's not like they're winning once in a while. It's not like all right, let me give you an analogy. Check this out. Do you win on stocks every day? Can we be honest? Can we all be honest with each other? Do you win on stocks every day? The answer is no. Okay. So you have your stocks that make money and you have your stocks that lose money. Like I'll just give you an example, okay? I'm not mentioning his name, but there was this guy that was dealing with Teddy Zane. He was in the Discord. And on one of Teddy Zane's plays, look, I know Teddy Zane knows it's true, so it doesn't make a difference to me. I know he knows it's true. On one of Teddy Zane's plays, this guy lost $75,000. And he actually contacted me, and he was like almost in tears, the guy. He was like, because at the time I was breaking Teddy Zane's balls. I was actually breaking Teddy Zane's balls because I was saying he had no right to charge a monthly membership fee. He's not a financial planner. He has no right. He's not a licensed financial planner. So in my opinion, I just felt that what he was doing was terrible. And I called Teddy out on it. I said, Teddy, stick to like, look, if you want to charge, I said it to him, if you want to charge fitness advice, that's great. I was all for that. If you want to charge, for like, teaching people how to work out and how to use whatever it is, okay, that's all good in the neighborhood. But you have no right. You're not a financial planner, and you shouldn't be saying things like, I'm gonna find the money for you, and all you have to do is pay a monthly fee, and I'm gonna find all the plays for you, because a lot of people lost a lot of money. Now, this is the thing. Then another play Teddy Zane will put out, he made money. He made $10,000. Okay. So the guy, I remember he told me this. He's like, Apefather, I made 10,000 on this latest Teddy Zane play. But the thing is, he's still down 65 large, because in the first play, he lost 75,000. And I think that's pretty much what happens to all of you people. Okay, because I know this, because I've been involved in all of this shit myself. It's like you're always chasing. You're like a gambler. You know that song by Kenny Rogers? You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money. When you're sitting at the table, there'll be room enough for counting when the dealing's done. Yeah, I'm broke. That's why every night I'm eating out. I have a $600,000 house. I'm doing terrible, Chewy. Chewy, the amount of money that I spend on food is more than you have in your portfolio, just on 1 week. The money I spend on food is more than what you have in your portfolio. Where's the tuna sandwiches? I get that from my wife and my mother. What's your problem, WTF? My daughter likes it too. I don't eat tuna. You want to laugh? You want to laugh? That's another great industry, the tuna industry. I'll make you all laugh. I was out at Maine one time, right? Me and my buddy. He went to high school with this girl. I'll tell you a funny story. So, this girl moved to Maine, right? Like they used to have a little fun with each other. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, Rich, look, we got to go out. We got to go out. I want to be with this girl. I'm like, all right. So we drove out to Maine, and the guy opens up the door. His name is Cash. He had this long beard. Like, remember Lou said he was gonna grow the beard past the balls for GTII if it hit 100. So this was her father. His name was Cash, if you can believe it. And he had this beard all the way down to his like friggin' kneecaps. So like we come in, and it was like, bro, these people are crazy at me. So we're sitting down at the dinner table, right? And there was this guy. He was homeless. They just like let this guy in. He's like eating, and he's like, he stunk, this guy, what I'm saying? But I said, why this guy freaking smells so bad for? And the girl's telling me, no, he's homeless. We help him out. I mean, it's a beautiful thing, but I mean, I never experienced anything like that before. Like they let this like literally homeless guy in. He's eating dinner. Then the father Cash he pops in a porno. Like when it was like those old time VHS cassettes. So he pops in a porno, and I'm like his daughter is at the table. His daughter. These people in Maine are nuts. So we're watching these two people bang each other. I'm like, what the f? Then he pulls out friggin' weed, and he's yeah, he's passing it around the table. The daughter's doing it. I'm like, wow, these people are friggin' nut jobs. Okay, long story short, my friend, goes in the room with the girl, and he takes care of business. Taking care of business every day. I said taking care. So, he did what he had to do, right? So the next morning, we wake up, and my friend's in bed with the guy's daughter. He's got his pants down, his schlong's out, everything, right? So I wake up. I see the father is about to like open the door to his bedroom, and I'm trying to like signal my friend. I'm making monkey sound, like wah, wah. I'm trying to like warn him. The father's gonna see, that he's got his schlong out. He's in bed with the daughter. I'm like, oh my god. Long story short, he opens up the door. My friend's butts out, balls hanging, schlong hanging. Daughter's completely naked. So I'm like, we're dead. So he just disappears, right? And the dude pulls out a gun, like a shotgun, like a rifle. I'm like, he's gonna effing kill us. We're dead. He's like, come on. He goes, he didn't even care that my friend like banged his daughter. He's like, come on, let's go hunting. He took out the gun because he wanted to go deer hunting. Like we're thinking he's gonna shoot us. You understand? You got me. He goes, let's go hunting. I'm like, holy shit, these people in Maine are psychos, man. This guy WTF actually thinks like I care if he leaves. You're doing me a favor if you leave, brother. Please, you're doing me the biggest favor in the world if you leave this live stream. He's like, boring. Bye, bye. Take care. Go brush your hair. Go take your high blood friggin' pressure. This fucking guy can't get a heart on anymore. This guy WTF. He said it's all over for him, brother. High blood pressure finished. Guy's blood pressure is probably 200 over 100. This guy. As we're talking right now, he's probably having an anxiety attack. This guy WTF. Blood pressure is probably like 250 over 150. Go take your medication. All right, come on. I know that's what's boring. You know what's boring? That you're not taking your medication. How does it feel that your schlong doesn't work anymore? Doesn't it bother you as a man? Do you feel like less of a man? Daddy won't answer. Anyway, my schlong works really well. So, getting back to the casino industry. You know, they win every day. Every single day they're winning. Online casinos, sports betting, real property casinos. So the thing I'm trying to make you understand is this. If once in a blue moon, you may actually pick a winner in terms of stocks or in terms of cryptocurrencies, you got to ask yourself, are you doing it on a consistent basis? This is what I'm trying to make you all understand. Are you picking winners consistently? And the answer is no, you're not. Okay. There's plenty of times you're picking a loser and you're bag holding this mother effer for months or for years. And I think a lot of people are bag holding XRP. You know, a lot of people got involved with XRP when this thing was above $1. You know what I mean? There's probably a tremendous amount of bag holders, maybe even more than AMC. Okay. And this is what I'm trying to say. So I don't understand why all of you want to continue to do the same things. It's like, haven't you learned your lesson? Didn't you learn your lesson from AMC? Why are we doing the same things? Why are we chasing for when the casino industry is making money 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, winning every day, winning. Not once in a while, not once in a blue moon, every single effing day. And there's no corruption, there's no Ken Griffin, there's no Gary Gensler, there's no Adam Enron, there's none of this shit. There's no halting, there's no friggin' FTDs, there's nothing. But yet we're all doing the same shit every single day. It's like sometimes I think all of you want to lose. I'm not even joking around. Sometimes I get this direct impression you just want to lose money. You don't want to win. You're like, what could I do to lose all my money today? That's what I feel. Because it's like, I'm telling you guys, listen to me. We had the right idea, okay, with the movement. We had the right idea. Millions and millions and millions of apes together strong was the right idea. But we did it in the wrong industry. That's what I'm trying to make you understand. See, people now kind of gave up on the movement. Now it's kind of like every ape for themselves. They gave up. They gave up on the movement. They're like, I want nothing to do with this anymore because they got burnt. They got crisp, and they're finished. They're done. They're like, I don't want to deal with this no more. But what they don't understand is how close to greatness they were. We were so close to greatness with that movement. If we would have just did it in the casino industry rather than the stock industry, we would have been made like forget about it. Could you imagine, look, just for entertainment purposes only, if we didn't squander $350 billion, we turned $350 billion to zero, okay? And that money was instead, just for entertainment purposes only, was instead invested in casinos. We would probably have 100 casinos spanning the world, making 100+ billion in revenue every year. We would be made in the shade. We would be King friggin' Arthur, man. We'd be King Tut. We'd be King Kong. Wow! We would be friggin' royalty, but instead, we're shit. Because we did this in the stock market. Now, the thing I don't understand is this. Here's people's excuse now. You want to hear everyone says to me, I got no more money, Apefather, I'm broke. See, this is why Lou is doing so great. You know why Lou is doing so great with XRP? Because he's convincing people that all they have to do is put $100 because people are broke now. They lost a lot of money in the stock market. I get it. I understand. I lost money too. People are broke. So they're listening to Lou and they're like, look, all I have to do is put $100 in XRP and I'm going to be a multimillionaire. Just got to wait, got to have patience. Okay. But this is false hope. This is not real. This is Peter Panville. This is Walt Disneyland. This is bullshit. Lou loves it because he's making ad revenue. He don't give a shit about you. This guy will keep pumping out those XRP videos. He's going to keep coming up with every conspiracy theory possible that this thing's going to hit 20,000, 100,000, and you're going to buy it, and you're going to just keep watching Lou, and you're going to keep putting, these pennies on the dollar into XRP because it's so convenient to do it. But did you ever think that this is just false hope? You know what I mean? Like, how long are you willing to wait? Like, look, I've been covering XRP for 2 months already, and all I saw this thing do was drop. When I first started covering it, it was at 73 cents. I saw it drop to under 49 cents, and now it's somewhere at 56 cents. Okay. How long are you willing to wait? A year, 2 years, a decade, 2 decades, 3 decades, 4 decades, 5 decades? Like, how long are you willing to wait? And it's like, the thing that's so sad is that as you're waiting, the casino industry is making money right now, like every day. Online casinos are making 100 billion a year. Sports betting are making 100 billion a year. Real property casinos are making 100 billion a year, making money every single day. And you're all waiting, bag holding, wishing on a star. Wish upon a star, find out where you are. It's like you're listening to this bald-headed idiot that has no idea what he's doing. Whatever. Listen to me, Vladimir Putin. Here's the bottom line. I couldn't do worse, ready, than Adam Aaron. Okay? I couldn't do worse than all you retail investors who lost 350 billion. 350 billion in meme stocks. You guys got freaking destroyed. Okay, I could be the worst CEO in the world and still do a better job than Adam Aaron. I could be the dumbest mother effer in the world, listen to me, and still do a better job than all you did in the stock market. Okay, I just don't understand why you want to keep doing the same stupid, idiotic mistakes. That's what I don't understand. You know what I mean? Guys, listen to me. No matter what you say, okay, retail lost a fortune. Listen to me. Listen to me, Vladimir. I know you don't want to hear this. Listen to me. Bernie Madoff, they said, was the worst thing Wall Street has ever seen in history. $50 billion Ponzi scheme, okay? Retail makes Bernie Madoff look like amateur night at the Apollo. We lost $350 billion dollars. I mean, it makes Bernie Madoff look like friggin' nothing, like friggin' like peanuts, okay? And you're going to sit here and argue with me. The Bagada in Atlantic City makes 150 friggin' million a month. Listen, I don't want to argue with you. You don't know what you're talking about. You know what you're talking about, okay? Casinos are making a ton of money. You don't know what you're talking about. You're a bag holder. You're a puppet. You're a sheep, okay? And I think you personally, in my opinion, I can't prove it. I have to say it's alleged. I think you work for Ken Griffin. Because it's like all you do is compliment him, Vladimir Putin. All you do is compliment a guy who actually the SEC recognized for doing something illegal. They recognized that potential short selling or whatever he did was unethical, and he was fined. Citadel was fined $7 million. Okay. So you're complimenting a guy who's always paying fines. But the problem is that these fines are so cheap, they're like a slap on the wrist for him. They're a slap on the wrist. That's what it is. But it's like kind of like they're trying to show face, the SEC. They're like, look, let me just throw a little fine Citadel's way, calm the public down, but they're friggin' slaps on the wrists. Again, John, you're just missing the point. God, I wish I could get new people in this live stream. Oh, Jesus, please, it's the same friggin' morons. John, the point is to be the boss. You're missing the point. If you invest in a casino stock, you're right back into the same position that you were in before. You're sheep. You're right back in that you're puppets. Don't you understand that, you Mameluke? In other words, you don't want to be in the position where you're investing in a stock because then you're part of the same corrupt system. You're part of the same rigged system. You understand? Anything that's a stock is rigged. Anything that's in the stock market is corrupt. Look, here's a perfect example, right? We were told that retail owned the whole float, basically, of AMC, correct? So doesn't wouldn't that mean that we make all the decisions, right? Yet look at what happened to us. Look at what happened to us owning the whole float, John. Owning the whole float. We all voted no for more dilution in 2021. Adam Aaron went behind our backs and starts Ape. I mean, we didn't give him permission to do that. Don't you understand? You're part of a rigged system. Every time you invest in a stock, it's like you just don't understand, bro. The only reason why a casino would fail, and we talked about this before, okay, is the same reason why anything would fail, any business, is because it's over leveraged and you pay too much money for the casino. So you look at, here's an example, the Taj Mahal, okay, in Atlantic City, the Trump Taj. Why did the funny thing was the Trump Plaza and the Trump Marina, before he opened the Taj Mahal, were doing amazing. They were the two top casinos in Atlanta. At one point, Donald was making a fortune, okay, in the casino business. Where he messed up was it was a stupid decision. I love Donald Trump, but what he did with the Taj Mahal was idiotic. Okay, the guy borrowed like 700-800 million in junk bonds. It was at like a very high interest rate, 14%, something very high. He needed to make $1 million a win. $1 million win every day just to pay the interest, not even to pay off the principal, just to pay interest on the loan. And no casino at that time was making $1 million a day win. No casino. Okay. So it's very simple. If you overpay for a property and you have too much debt on a property, yeah, it's gonna fail. Okay. So the idea is to not have, okay, a mortgage on these properties. And that's why Apes Together Strong is the way to do it. Because if enough apes together strong support us, me, okay, us, I'm saying, right, then it becomes something where you can pay it off and you don't need a mortgage. Then it's impossible to fail. It can't fail. You understand? So that's the right way to do it, man. The wrong way to do it is to depend on all these effing loans. See, you want to build an empire. See, I believe after the first project, I believe that I could build an empire. I really believe that I could get enough people that would support a second project and a third project and a fourth project and a fifth project. What's my backup plan? To just live the life I'm currently living. I mean, listen, I'm a millionaire. I have a $600,000 house. I have a beautiful family. I live very well. My backup plan is to be me. That's my backup. In other words, look, I'm an average American right now. Like I just consider myself an average Joe. I don't consider myself a success. Look, I'm telling all of you this is sometimes people they misinterpret. They think they're like, "Hey, Father, are you saying you're a success?" No, no way. I'm just an average Joe. Look, I got a normal life, but I don't want to be average. Look, I'm not struggling. I'm not poor, like the way you guys try to make it seem. Like I'm living a pretty damn good life, but I want more than that. I strive for more. See, who do I consider successful? Donald Trump. Who do I consider successful? Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates. That's success to me. Now, you don't have to necessarily be like as rich as Elon. I mean, that's friggin' crazy. I mean, you don't have to be worth $280 billion. I mean, that's just insane, ridiculous money. But if you get to a point where you're worth about 3 billion, you should be. I was reading this article and they were saying if you're worth about $3 billion, you should be in the top 400 of America's richest people. And that's just with a $3 billion net worth. So that's what my goal is in life. My goal, I'm talking about my lifetime achievement goal. So I know all you people are going to be like, what are you talking about? You're going to get this now? No, say lifetime achievement is that I would like to be worth $3 billion or more. Then I consider myself a success. Anything other than that, I don't consider to be, I don't. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you have hundreds of millions of dollars, you're certainly not struggling. But I still don't consider you, a big success. You gotta be in the BBC, Billionaires Boys Club. What's up, Back to the Future? Look, John Nito is not missing. He goes under a different name. I'm not going to tell you the name he goes under, but he doesn't want to be harassed anymore. You know, you harass the poor guy. So he comes to the live streams under an alias, under a different name. I'm talking about the Billionaires Boys Club. I don't know what you're talking about. You might be talking about another BBC. Back to the Future is back. So this is the thing. To me, it's very simple. You don't have to be a rocket scientist. You don't have to be Albert Einstein. You don't have to be Sigmund Freud. Okay, the casino industry is making money each and every single day. Thank you, Back to the Future. I love you, brother. I know. You know what I love about this guy is that he could. It's see a lot of people they try to make a joke that he gives a dollar, but he does it consistently. He does it all the time. I love this guy. I love you, Back to the Future. My family loves you, and I love you. Thank you. Greatly appreciated. And you know what the funny thing is that if all of you would do the same, this thing would probably happen. If you would just do the same thing that Back to the Future is doing. Lousy buck. This thing would probably happen. Because life is too short. I love you, brother. I love you, Back to the Future. You know, life is too short, Vladimir Putin, to start small. Look, I'm 46 years old. You know, look, you see all these people are dying. It's crazy, man. It's like it's life is too short. You know, life is too short. The way I see it is I got to do something big in my life within the next 10 years. I got to do something big because life is too short. Life is too effing short. That's to answer your question, okay? So I got to hit on something big. I got to do it. Look, you figure I'm 46, 10 years. Between now and 56, I got to do something. I got to do something big. I ran out of time, you know. You know what the funny thing is? I've been trying to do this for a long time. People don't know. When I was in my 20s, I almost did it. I almost actually developed a $50 million casino in the Virgin Islands. I was inches and inches away. I had an option on 110 acres of waterfront. It was waterfront, oceanfront land. It was zoned for a hotel casino development. I had Florida's largest developer backing me. I came so close, man, to getting a 25% stake, you know, in this. And it would have been beautiful. It just didn't happen. What are you gonna do? Yeah, but I tried. Hey, you know what? You could all make fun of me, but I tried, you know. And let me tell you something, man. I lived like a millionaire for those like that time frame, man. I was on corporate jets. I had a suite in the Ritz-Carlton that had my own pool. You know, the problem is I jumped during this time, I jumped too quick with my assumptions that I was going to be successful. I bought a Mercedes Benz E Class at the time. It was the AMG package. I bought, you could look it up. I had this house in Jackson, New Jersey, which just recently sold for close to $1 million. I bought it for like 503,000. This was back when I was doing that casino project. I had a football field backyard. I jumped the gun. I jumped the gun. I was like, I'm going to be a multimillionaire, you know. And I what happened was after that casino project did not work out, I took a downturn in my life. I really a lot of things went bad after that, man. You know, so I sold the house in Jackson. We temporarily moved out in Pittsburgh. I bought a house out there. I hated it out there, man. I hated Pittsburgh, but we lived out in Pittsburgh for like 2 years. And then we came back, you know, we temporarily lived with my father for about 2 days. I couldn't take it no more. I lived with my father for like a day. I'm like, I'm out of here. So then we winded up getting a small apartment in Princess Bay, Staten Island. Okay. We had a small apartment. My parents got divorced. I mean, it was like all these bad things started happening, you know, after that project failed. My parents got divorced. My mom moved out. She moved in with us in this small apartment. And, you know, I don't want to get into it. My father just went, he had a complete nervous breakdown, my father. Had a complete breakdown, you know, and he made it seem like because he was so angry that my mother left him, you know, he was so angry that she moved in with us. He made it seem like I was in front of his house, right, in Brooklyn, like I was Leatherface, like I had a friggin' chainsaw. He said I was trying to kill him. Do you know that the police arrested me? I could, I was, my wife and my children, they, Everyone, my mother was telling the police officers that I was home the whole time. I was at Princess Bay. I was in Staten Island the whole time. I said to the cop, I said, when did my father make this report? They said 5 minutes ago. I said, how would I get from Brooklyn, Bensonhurst? How would I get from Bensonhurst to Princess Bay in 5 minutes? The cops knew it was all bullshit. But they're like, he's a senior citizen. We have to arrest you. We have to restrain you. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And then I went down to Brooklyn Central. It was the worst. That was probably the worst time of my life, man. They had me chained up with like 30 guys, like I was like cattle. They put me in this effing cell. But you gotta play the part. See, I played the part. You know what I mean? All these guys. They all like wise guys, tough guys. I played the part. Those guys I knew from Avenue U in the pool hall. There was guys they know. They're like, yo, Richie, how you doing, Richie? I'm not gonna tell them the truth. They're like, Richie, what are you in for? Well, what am I gonna tell them the truth that my father made up a lie? I said, no, some guy was in a bar, salty dog at Bay Ridge. He told you some guy grabbed my freaking girl's ass. I freaking cracked him over there with a Heineken bottle. You got to play the tough guy part. They're like, that's the shit I'm talking about, man. So, but it was just a really bad time. My father calls me up the next day crying. He dropped all the charges with the district attorney. He goes, I'm sorry. I love you. I'm sorry. Whatever. I let it go. I mean, I felt bad. My father had a chemical imbalance. It's the truth. You ask my mom. You could ask her. She had a terrible marriage. Unfortunately, God bless her. He had a chemical imbalance. What are you gonna do? These things happen in life. I let it go. It seems all made up. It's not. It's the truth. You got arrested for something you didn't do. Yeah, it's the worst feeling in the world when you're innocent. Look, if we're not innocent, okay, and we deserve to go to jail, that's a different story, right? But when you didn't do anything, and let me tell you something, I don't like talking about it, but Brooklyn Central is so bad. Like the conditions of it is okay. They put you all the way in the basement. You're in like the basement. Now you understand this was the summer. This was like July. So I'm sweating my effing balls off. There's no air. They don't have an effing fan going. They don't have any air condition. There's literally no air. And you're in the basement and you're sweating your balls off. And I never forget, they threw one sandwich. It was like a ham and cheese sandwich, right? They threw it into the jail cell and everybody jumped and ran for it. I'm like, I'm not gonna, you know. Then they had this toilet bowl. There was one toilet bowl. You're in this cell with 30 guys. Guys are freaking naked. They got their ass, their balls out, and you're in there with one toilet bowl. It's filled with, I don't want to say shit and all over the sink. So I went to the correction officer. They didn't realize it, but I had $100 in my pocket. I had like it had 20s, had 520s, and I threw I tell the correction officer, because there was a friggin' vending machine. I said, look, I'll give you $20. Please give me a bottle of water. This guy was a jerk off, this correction officer. Tells me, your water is in that sink right there, right? He goes, that's where your water is. Oh, man, I wanted to get this guy. You don't know what I wanted to do to him. It's like the sink was filled with friggin' shit. Bad experience. And then, you know what's crazy? All of this happened. It was like all at once. So my father forgave me. I forgave him. I don't know what he forgave me for. I didn't do anything wrong, but he told me he forgave me. I forgive you. I'm like, but I didn't do anything. Like, what did you forgive me for? He says, I forgave you. I was like, all right, thanks for forgiving me for nothing. But anyway, we made the peace. And I remember my wife gets diagnosed for cancer now. It was like, my God, I was getting hit with one thing after another thing. Then it turns to stage 4. And we were living in this tiny apartment in Staten Island. And that's why I went crazy, man. I worked. I said, I got to do something. I got to better my family's life. So I went to work, man. I did everything. I was doing sales, real estate, concerts. I had like a whole bunch of pianos. So I was doing very, very well. And there's times, honestly, I feel like going back to that because I was doing really well. I should do it again now. I was doing so good. I think I'm going to do that again. I might just get back into real estate and start teaching piano lessons locally. I was making a lot of effing money. I was charged like $50 an hour for all cash money. You get like 20, 30 students, you're making big freaking fazools. You're making $1,500 or more a week, cash. So anyway, I just did everything I had to do. And initially, I rented out a big house. You can check all this out, if you think I'm lying to you. It was in Great Hills. It was $1 million estate. I rented out a big house for us. So we went from this small apartment to this beautiful estate in Great Hills, 520 Durant Ave in Great Hills. It had an in-ground swimming pool. I bought a hot tub, and our lives really picked up then. Things started looking up. But you know what it was? I was renting. I was renting. It was killing me to rent. I'm like, why am I renting for? So it just got to the point where I put together, about 150 G's. I put down a down payment. I bought this house out here in the Jersey Shore, and I got a great price for it. I think I paid 320, 330, 2018. The house appreciated 300. It's worth just about 600,000 now. House appreciated like $300,000. See, you guys all judge me on AMC, but you don't judge me on other things I've done. I've done very well with real estate. People keep saying this because they don't understand that my wife has stage 4 breast cancer. Okay, I couldn't put the house in my name or my wife's name. I don't want to get into this. It's technicalities. I had to do what I have to do. I'm power of attorney of my mom. I am her health proxy, her financial everything. I control everything. Okay, but I'm not going to continue this conversation. Okay, my wife's mastectomy alone cost $250,000. Okay, you know what I mean? The chemotherapy treatments were 75,000 a pop. You got to understand that. You know what I mean? For certain reasons, I had to do what I had to do. Everyone keeps saying it's your mother's house. Not my mother's house. My mother didn't put down the down payment. My mother doesn't pay the mortgage, okay? I do it. And I'm power of attorney. And that's it. So I don't care what you all say. It doesn't really make a difference to me what you say. I know what the truth is. But getting back, my life went from shit to like gold, man. And the next thing I know, I got this beautiful house that's got, a $75,000 in-ground swimming pool. I got a beautiful 7-person hot tub. I got a jacuzzi inside. I got almost 3,000 square feet. We got a beautiful house, and it just goes to show you life can turn around for the better like this. You know what I mean? Tommy, look, I wish you the best of luck with XRP. I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening, Tommy. Look, I think that XRP is going to probably go to zero. That's just my opinion. Look, you want to know this, Tommy? I've been around the block. All right. I've seen what happened. I've been following XRP. Let me just give you all like a little heads up. Way, way before I had a YouTube channel, I had $100,000 in XRP. Okay. And it's done. Look, I heard all the stories. Used to be, when XRP hits Coinbase, it's going to go to Pluto. Didn't happen. When XRP wins the lawsuit that it's not a security with, the Securities and Exchange Commission, it's going to go to Pluto. It's just, you want to know all it does, it follows Bitcoin. Just like every other cryptocurrency does, by the way. XRP is not special. Every single, out of all of the thousands and thousands of cryptocurrencies out there, they all follow Bitcoin. So when Bitcoin spikes, they all spike. That's it. The only reason why XRP went up a little bit is because of the Bitcoin spike. That's it. Bitcoin goes down, XRP is going to go down. They follow the king. Darling, I love Darling. Darling has always been a very big supporter of the Apefather. I have the highest respect for you, Darling. I love you. XRP is another pump and dump by Lou. Look, I understand why Lou is doing it. I get it. Okay, first of all, there's a lot of bag holders in XRP. That's number one. I think there's actually more bag holders in XRP than in AMC. Okay. And it makes sense if you think about it. It's the second largest cryptocurrency in the world. So you see Bitcoin recently touched around $34,000. We saw Bitcoin as high as 80,000. So it just seems like common sense that this is the second largest cryptocurrency in the world, that if Bitcoin touched on 80,000, XRP could do the same, right? But it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I'm telling you. It's just my opinion. Look, I'm not a financial planner. I don't give financial advice. Don't listen to me. You do whatever you feel is best. But in my opinion, XRP, it's another controlled play by billionaires. That's it. The cryptocurrency industry is controlled by billionaires. That's it. You get a big whale. He decides when he wants to dump 10 billion, 20 billion into a play. You see a major spike. He makes a ton of money. FOMO sets in. And then he unloads the dog shit. He unloads everything on us, and then you're bag holders. Hey, what's up, Adrian? But, look, good luck. You know what I mean? I'm not wishing anybody bad luck. I wish you all the best. But I wouldn't touch XRP with a 10-foot pole. That's just me. What I'm doing with my money lately, if you're asking me, is I'm putting my money in gold, but not, see, people think like not cosmetic. Cosmetics are a waste of time. I actually sold all of my cosmetic gold. I got $15,000 for it. I bought that cross, that diamond cross, the platinum ring. That's all I have right now. I got rid of all of my gold jewelry because I just feel it's a complete like waste of money. And gold's at an all-time high right now, so I got like 15,000 for it, and that was a lot of money. I put it right back into American Eagles. I put it right back into American Buffaloes. The 1 ounce gold coins, and I really, really feel that gold. Now, you want to talk about reality? Okay, gold has the potential to go to over 10,000, not XRP, but gold has the now again, I'm not a financial planner. I'm not giving financial advice, but gold has a much better possibility of hitting over 10,000 an ounce, in my opinion, than XRP does. Let me read this here. What's the benefit of junk silver? I love Back to the Future. Thank you again. God bless you, brother. God bless you. Good luck with the tampons, James. When you use the word junk silver, I think you're referring to silver that is cosmetic jewelry or something that you're not using, right? Well, the benefit of it, if you're not using it, you could sell it, right? Like, duh. you know, like if you got like some people, they got like this like cosmetic jewelry they don't wear, and it's like just laying in their drawer, silver chains or gold rings or what. You know what a lot of people don't understand? Every computer that's made has gold in it. I bet you didn't know that. And when your laptop breaks, right, and you throw it into the garbage can, you're throwing away gold. I bet you didn't know that. Okay, so you might want to think twice before you throw away a Chromebook or whatever, or one of your laptops, because it contains a percentage of gold, and you could get money for it. Okay, just to let you know. Old coin silver before 1964. Yeah, like quarters and shit. Like there are quarters that in the early 60s were actually made of like silver, nickels, all that shit. Yeah, like people don't know that. So you get like idiots that they go to the store and they'll have like a 1960, let's say, quarter, but they don't realize that it's worth maybe like $3 or $4, and they're just giving it to somebody, in circulation, that it's like a quarter. They don't realize that it's silver. Yeah. Yeah, usually around $20 in gold per laptop. People don't know that. They throw away their laptops like idiots, and they're throwing. I read this article that Americans throw away $100 million a year in gold because they're throwing away their laptops. It's insane. It's like people just don't understand things. Just they don't take the time out to do their homework. And it's the same thing with the stock market, guys. Listen to me. The stock market is controlled, guys and girls. It's controlled. You're sheep. That's it. You're sheep. You want to look. If you want to remain sheep in your life, that is your prerogative. It's like that song by Bobby Brown. It's my prerogative. If you want to remain sheep, God bless. Well, I can't stop it. But I'm just telling you that if you want to start, the movement again from the beginning, this is what I want to do. It's like that's a reunited and it feels so good. Reunited and it's understood. I want to start the movement again. All right. I want all of us to come together as one ape family and I want to enter the casino industry. But what you don't understand, and Back to the Future gets it, he gets it. There has to be one ape that starts all of this. It's like I always use the analogy, like Neil Armstrong was the first man to step on the moon. You have to have one person. You can't look, we can't all do it together on the first project. It's just not going to happen. I'm sorry, it's impossible. There's too much rules, legalities, regulations. It'll never, ever, ever work. Okay. But if I could complete one project, then it's going to work. Because, first of all, you're going to have faith in me. The whole world's going to have faith in me. And on top of that, I'll be able to deal with real people. Like, I'll be able to deal with like accredited investors. I can't deal with accredited investors right now, like people who are making 250,000 a year or $1 million net worth. They're gonna look at me like I was like, who's this guy? Who's this guy? Richie Lavoie. They're gonna think I'm some kind of a psychopath. But if I complete the first project, let's just call it Apefather or King of the Jungle Casino, whatever, and it becomes a big success. Now I made a mark for myself. I made a name for myself. Now I open up the books. People can make an educated decision. I would be able to go to a securities firm, a top-notch securities firm, put together an offering that will be approved by the SEC. You follow me? And then I could get accredited investors. I could also get non-accredited investors, but you have a limited amount that you could get. Could you hit that high note again? Which high note? Which? I mean, there's so many high notes. My throat's a little sore today, but I don't know what song you're referring to. Are you talking about like a White Snake song? Are you talking about the song from Coming to America? She's your queen to be. Like, what song are you talking about? Why do so many people hate me? I think that people blame me for AMC. You know what the thing that's so funny? I got involved in AMC because of Lou. This is what none of you understand. There was a time where I didn't have a YouTube channel, and I got involved in AMC because of Lou. Lou convinced me. I never forget this first video. He was like, does your family have cancer? AMC is the play. It's the way to pay those medical bills. He made this very heartfelt video, and I kind of like fell for it. I really did. You know what it was? It wasn't just Lou. Look, to his credit, it wasn't just Lou. It was like this big buzz going around. It was just like everybody was talking about AMC. Like everywhere I was going, I was at a gas station, somebody was an ape. I was at a restaurant, someone was an AMC ape. Everywhere I went, someone was an ape. And then I started realizing this was like worldwide. This wasn't even like something, just in our country. This was friggin' worldwide. And I fell for it. I went heavy, man. I went heavy. I regret it. It was a stupid decision. If I could do it all over again, if I could turn back time, I would have put that 200,000 into gold coins. And you know what the funny thing was? That was my original plan. My original plan was to do that. I was going to put the $200,000 in gold, gold coins, American Eagles, American Buffaloes. But I just fell for the AMC monkey, like the monkey was on my back. That was amazing. Thank you. Best singer on live for real. Listen, I appreciate that. I don't consider myself, I think I'm a terrible singer. I really, really do. Like, there actually are people who compliment my voice, You'll be surprised. I think I'm horrible. But as a piano player, listen, I don't care what anybody says. I am a killer piano player, man. I don't care what all these haters, like this guy Vera one time challenged me, and he was like, you can't play the piano. I gave him a challenge. I said, listen, $1,000. I told him. I did the song Autumn Leaves. It's a jazz standard song where my left hand's swinging. It's doing like a really fast bass line. My right hand's playing the chords and the melody, and I was improvising and soloing. So I told him, I said, play what I just did. I give you $1,000. He never got back to me. He disappeared forever with that. Singing, I do it for fun. See, you know what I hate about people? Everybody's a judge. Everybody's a Simon, like friggin' Cowell, or what was that guy's name from American Idol, whatever his name is. Cowell, I don't know what his name is. But You know, everybody is a judge. Like people judge it. Like when you sing, they're like, you know, they're so judgmental. Can't you just do something for fun? You know what I mean? Like when you go bowling, do you have to be like a professional bowler? You know, when I jump in my pool, do I have to be an Olympic swimmer to swim in my pool? I sing for fun. I sing for fun. That's it. It's recreation for me. But there's no way I consider myself a top singer because when I think of people who are top singers, I think of like Steve Perry from Journey, you know, Peter Cetera, you know, I mean, if you want to get deep into it, like, you know, Pavarotti, you know, Andrea Bocelli, I mean, these are real singers. I mean, you know, I'm not a singer like these guys. I'm just some friggin' joke. I'm some guy from Jersey, from Brooklyn, you know. I just sing for fun. But as far as a piano player, I actually think I'm one of the best. I think I'm one of the best out there. Seriously. Like I have played with legends. I have played the piano with jazz legends and they friggin' like love me. So I know I'm really good at the piano. Isn't a gold buffalo supposed to be purer gold than an eagle? Yes, it is. Yes, I've heard that. But at the end of the day, you know, they're both good. Vera is very unbalanced. Made a whole YouTube channel to target Apefather. He only made Apefather more popular. Well, I agree with you. You know, I at the end of the day, haters don't realize that like you're helping me by watching my live streams. You're helping me by watching my videos. I believe that something happened. Like this is what I do believe, darling. I think a lot of the haters complained about me, and I think YouTube potentially might have me shadow banned. Again, I'm going to say it's alleged. Okay, I'm going to say it's alleged because I can't prove it. But I do notice that my views took a major drop. I mean, I used to get people don't realize this. My average videos were like $20,000, $20,000, 20,000 views. My average videos were like 20,000 views. I used to get videos 50,000 views, 75,000 views. Now I notice it's like for some reason my short videos are the ones that YouTube is like just opening up, you know, the World Wide Web. You know, I some of my short videos are getting 10,000, 15,000 views, 5,000 views. But I noticed that these videos I do with AMC. See, that's why people make me laugh. They think I'm doing this for like money. Some of my views, I get 10 views on a video or 15 views. I'm not doing it for money. I'm doing it because I really want to push this V for Victory project. The reason why I hashtag, a lot of people ask me this question. They're like, why do you hashtag AMC? Because that's the audience I'm trying to reach. The audience I want to reach are the AMC apes. Like I want to reach all of them and I want to start our movement again. I want to start our movement, but I want to start it in a new industry, in the casino industry. Look, I know I say this all the time, but it bears repeating. If that 350 billion that we lost in 2022, retail lost 350 billion dollars in meme stocks, right? For entertainment purposes only, if that was invested in casinos, we would probably have the top casinos in the world earning hundreds of billions of dollars in revenues. I mean, we would be kings. And for the ladies' queens, we would be royalty. And it just breaks my heart. We made the wrong decision. Look, the movement was right. Apes together strong was right. Apes working together was right. The stock market was wrong. And it breaks my heart that you can't see it. It's like you're still doing the same things. You're making Ken Griffin richer. He loves all of you friggin' jackasses. Every time you go on Robinhood, every time you go on Webull and you buy stock, this guy's making money. Every time you sell stock, this guy is making money. It's like I said to you, we lost 350 billion, he made 16 billion. It's sick. Yes, the Buffaloes are more pure gold. Yes, it is true. But don't, you know, think that it's bad to buy an American Eagle. You know, at the end of the day, believe it or not, you get paid, you know, you get paid spot. Honestly, you get paid spot. That's just the bottom line. Whether it's a Buffalo or whether it's an American Eagle, you get paid spot. They're not going to pay you more in a Buffalo. They don't. Not from my experience. You know, I guess it's just a psychological thing. It's just more pure gold. But honestly, the gold dealers don't pay you more in the buffaloes. They just pay you like, in other words, like if you go to, like, say, a gold dealer, typically, they'll charge you $50. Let's assume that gold, like, is at 2,000 an ounce, right? So they'll typically just say, look, I'll give you 1,950. They charge you $50. But this is the thing. If you really want to get the best rates, you go to the Diamond District in New York. They charge you like 1%. That's, one time I unloaded like 50,000. It was during the coronavirus. I unloaded like $50,000. I paid nothing. I think I paid like $500 or something. I literally paid nothing. They charge you like 1% in the Diamond District. Some places rob you. You want to hear a funny story? Back to the Future. I was in Atlantic City, right? And I wanted some gambling money. I had an American Eagle. I had a 1 ounce in my pocket, right? So I went to one of those pawn shops. I was just thinking, like, this guy's gonna charge me $50 or something, right? The guy's like, I'll give you $500. Now at the time, gold was like 1950, an ounce. So I was like, I'm sorry, what? I was like, come again? Like, he goes, I'll give you $500 for this coin. So I was like, you understand that this is a 1 ounce, like, American Eagle? He goes, I fully understand that. I said, you understand that it's at $1,950 an ounce spot, right? He goes, yeah. I'm like, so you want to make 14 friggin' $150 off me? He goes, this is Atlantic City, mother effer. Crazy shit. Never, ever, ever sell gold in Vegas or Atlantic City or any casino destination. Never do that. Don't give a shit how desperate you are. Drive to the next town. Those mother effers are the biggest friggin' thieves. Like, it's crazy. It's no joke, man. Guy wanted to give me $500 for a 1 ounce American Eagle. I'll never forget that. And to answer your question, no, I didn't sell it. I'm not stupid. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. I got to figure out a way to get our ape brothers and our ape sisters, like, kind of together. I'm trying hard. I'm trying to, it is crazy. I'm trying to make a lot of videos. I'm trying to just keep that V for victory in everybody's head. But I'm not really accomplishing, getting enough of our ape brothers and our ape sisters to these live streams. But I will not give up. I will not give up. I'm just going to keep doing it. You know what I feel? I feel like as long as you stick to something, as long as you're consistent, eventually, something's got to give. That's the thing. You got to be consistent. You got to keep going. You got to be like the racehorse who wears the blinders. You can't, you just, like, yeah, I could get depressed. I could be like, I'm not getting enough people on my live streams. I'm not getting enough people to support me. But you know what? That's things losers do. Okay, winners, no matter how hard that you hit, remember, it's like Rocky Balboa. No matter how hard someone hits you, you keep getting up and you keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. So God bless you. Thank you again, Back to the Future, for your support. V for victory. I'll be back soon. Gonna just make a lot of videos. Gonna keep rocking and rolling. Gonna keep promoting the V for Victory project. And you can help me by continuing to just watch my videos, watch my live streams, watch my shorts. Super chats obviously expedite the process. If enough apes gave super chats, they are entertainment purposes, tips, but it expedites, at least for me, to finance this, like I said, with my own money, project number one. And then at some point, I will hire a securities firm. I will put together an offering at some point where, once it's approved by the SEC, we could get our ape brothers and ape sisters involved in project number 2 and 3 and moving on. Say hi to Jen and the family. Have a good night. Buonanotte. That's good night in Italian. Ciao. This live stream is not financial advice. I'm not a financial planner. It's entertainment purposes only. Good night.